Yeah, dude. Yeah, tell me about it. Like
Yeah, that's why I
Steelers,
wanted
I
to
didn't
see
notice the Steelers like as much. I guess there was that Allen touchdown and like Shakir's touch. Like they probably should have went down, but that was more like that was a little bit of good running. The
it.
Eagles are just like they're running into each other, man. They're missing assignments. Like guys are wide open in the middle of the field. Freaking like Evans caught a pass in the middle of the field on like the first drive. And I was like, oh, they're going to be doing that all day. And it wasn't even Evans. It was their backups, guys having career days. Trey Palmer having a career day. I don't even know. I don't even know who the guy's name who caught the first touchdown was. Just the defense. Just were you done? Were you done everything Steelers before I go on?
Yeah,
Take the
yeah, no,
stage.
dude.
Okay.
I think we should let you get the stage here, man.
That was a good transition because that
Yeah.
was like the number one thing on the top of my. It's defense and offense, or both have their like freaking glaring just discrepancies and weaknesses. The
Mhm.
defense is obviously like the coverage. Nobody's in the assignment, their proper assignments in the first place. Don't have the personnel really either, but like you're running stuff that you know doesn't work. You're running these play concepts that you know have been cooked before. The it was either the first touchdown or yeah, I think it was the first touchdown because uh, two guys ran into each other. I forget who it was. I think it was Morrow and somebody. That was like the exact same concept that the Seahawks scored on to win the game. Ball didn't go to the same person, but it's the same defensive concept. You're leaving like there's no help over the top. You're leaving the safety to go down to the running back, and either A, the middle of the field is wide open, or B, you have a one-on-one on the side, and James Bradbury is going to get cooked all day. Worst cornerback, like the Eagles, one of the worst quarterbacks the Eagles have ever had. I'm not going to say the worst ones. We've had some pretty bad ones, but he got, I think he 5 receptions, like 108 yards and a touchdown. I think last night, and the 6-1 was dropped, and I think that one was going to be a touchdown too. I think it was Otten. Either way, just abysmal performance from him, abysmal season from him, abysmal performance from the defense. Like Reed Blankenship didn't play, that didn't matter. Like Slay was back, it didn't matter. Like the scheme is not present. I've said it on here. I've definitely said it on here. Like half of football is the matchups, half of football is the skill players, half of football is the talent. If you don't have a mind behind that, like you need somebody with a good football mind. Like you need somebody to play design. You need somebody to concept design. Eagles don't have that. It's evident. It's evident on defense. Like what was Baker's final line? I mean, his overpassing yards was under 250. It was free money. Like against this Eagle secondary, 337, 3 touchdowns, 61.1 completion percentage. Like by the way, Baker Mayfield now has 2 playoff victories. That's more than the Browns have had in the
Mm,
last 2 decades.
good for him.
And the one that they have was because of Baker Mayfield. So that's just
I
another Brown slight that I wanted to stick in there.
I saw something that Baker Mayfield was everything we hoped Johnny Manziel would be.
Mm-hmm.
He's like basically our Johnny Manziel, which
Yeah.
is kind of true to a point.
I mean, you saw him. Like,
Dude, he balled.
dude, and he had his like he had swagger back. Like he picked up a first down on the run and he was like doing like the excuse me, the motions and shit. The Eagles don't have like we talked about in the last episode too, like hungry dogs run faster. There's no
Yep.
dog. I don't like. I don't know where it went. I don't know like the people that thought like press conferences and what people said in the media like was going to change things. Now that's all coach speak. It's rare if you get a good nugget in the media. Most of it's bullshit. The people that thought that was going to change, no, like there's there's no action. Nobody took action all year, and I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know. Like it's got to be a head coaching. Like it's got to be a head coaching thing.
So you think Sirianni gets fired?
he he has to, unless like,
Wild.
but you're not gonna get. It's harder to hit on coordinators, especially like coming into this situation, than to just get a whole new head coach and just like reset the regime, like to bring in like a Vrabel or like a Bobby Slowick and just like reset the regime. But now Sirianni has to get like his guys, and I don't know if he has guys. Like um Steichen was with him prior, and Gannon was already with the Eagles. Now he had to kind of outsource, and like flopped, and like he clearly had no like plan B. His plan B was promoting Matt Patricia, which was like, but like it's BS. Like deciding deserved to get demoted, but like he wasn't good either. It's you have to fire the coach. You have to fire the coach. I mean, it's inexcusable. Did you see the route concept, those route charts? I like to look at the passing chart breakdown, but I like the route breakdowns, but with the receivers too. Did you see the one I tweeted out with Devontae?
Did I see Smitty?
Did you see that one I tweeted out? Yeah, like it was like
Oh,
an hour before the show. I was ranting.
oh, you cut out there for a little bit.
Oh, did I?
Last thing I heard was, "Did you see?"
Oh yeah, did you see like the route tree or the route um analysis thing that I tweeted out with Smitty?
Yeah, I
Interesting.
saw I saw Smitty's. Yeah, you like ran in the middle field
This
like once or
is
twice.
disgusting. This is a fireable offense. As a fireable offense
Yeah.
that you are using a player of his caliber running comebacks and streaks. Like I know when people say this, and it's like I could do better. I could legitimately draw a better. These are Madden plays, dude. These are literally Madden plays. They're literally Madden plays, and it's not like they're not even trying. They're not even trying to throw any motion in there, any sort of wrinkles, dude. It's so predictable, and it's the most frustrating. Like it's not even a high school offense, dude. High school offense would be giving it a compliment. It's atrocious, and that when you don't have a guy like AJ Brown who can just like baby any cornerback, any defensive back for weeks earlier in the season, you needed a historic stretch from AJ Brown to like get you to 10-1. That fell off. His play dipped. He got a little banged up, and you saw the scheme. The scheme screamed, "This sucks." And we don't know what we're doing.
I just like, I don't know. Who would you want as a replacement though if you got rid of Sirianni? Vrabel?
I want Vrabel, or I want Vrabel because I think he's more of a culture guy, and he'll bring in like a hard ass like Philly culture, like we're gonna do this, like we're gonna run the ball, we're gonna RPO, and he's got a lot more skill to do it, and then he's got the defensive mind too, like the defense that's his thing. He's one of those defensive minded coaches that actually is a good defense, and he's competent on offense. Um, or Bobby Slowick, but like he's another one from that like Washington coaching room back in like 2012. And that Texans offense has been electric, but like I don't know if that's CJ Stroud or that's Slowick.
Yeah.
So, but those are my two.
I don't
BB,
know.
but I don't know.
I hear what you're saying though. It's just wild. Y'all are at the Super Bowl last year, and you already want to fire this man.
It's clear though, he's a cheerleader. Like he's literally just a cheerleader. He's a vibes guy. And when you don't have a mind behind that, like which was Steichen, which was Gannon, even to his fault sometimes.
Bro, like it's sorry, I'm laughing because it
No,
just
it's fine.
reminds me of what everybody's saying about Tomlin. Tomlin's not a football coach. He's all about the vibes. He's a locker room
That's
guy. Like, but like he
that's BS.
doesn't know football. I just think like not saying like what you're saying wrong, whatever. I think it's funny that it's like deja vu to me. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know with Sirianni.
Even if you think it is funny that it's an Eagles fan in distress, like you can say that. Like that's fine. I'm
I
used to
gotta
this
be honest, dude.
position.
This it feels great. It feels great seeing all this stuff. Mostly because like all my friends are pissed as well, like in group
Yeah.
chats talking about all this stuff. So I'm hearing wild takes left and right, um, about what should be going on or whatever. So personally, it feels good seeing some pain. Not for you though, because I like
I got you.
talking all season long. It's like obviously you're not a super hardo Philly guy that I'm alluding to, but it is a weird situation though because it does seem like a coaching issue too because they're like what I was yelling at Matt Canada about earlier this season about how Steelers don't throw the ball in the middle of the field, and they don't, and it's clearly shown with Smitty, your number one wide receiver. Literally, everybody else could bag groceries tomorrow, in that wide receiver room.
That's facts,
But
dude.
he's like, they're not even the fade routes and go routes, and I think I saw maybe one or two routes where he was in the middle of the field, but like that's
Dude,
it.
one time, not to interrupt you, but one time, nickel blitz, Smitty ran a slant. I don't know if that was an audible or if that was the play, but I was like, and he almost broke it for a touchdown. It was like
Yeah,
30-yard gain. I was like, thank you. We didn't go back to it. We
yeah,
didn't
that
do it again. I'm like,
and you elude the mad, and I wonder if that was just like a hurry up play, and like it's one of those like you didn't mean, but like all of a sudden you get like a
yeah,
bunch of yards, like
yeah, literally, bro.
eluding that.
It's literally what it is.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's tough. I mean, you guys definitely, but like as a outsider, I trust Howie for sure.
Yeah,
Howie's gonna make sure Eagles are gonna be set. Um, and I think I don't know if Sirianni gets fired though. Um, but you guys definitely got to go home run hits on your coordinators, which will be tough. But um, I don't know
that's the thing. I don't know, dude. There,
because there's a lot of questions too. Because like name a couple players off like Lane Johnson. I think he said he's got a couple more years left, so he'll be back. Um, Jason Kelsey announced his retirement. He's done.
yep.
So sad. Let's take a minute for one of the goats. What a legendary career Jason Kelsey had. Thank God he was able to win a Super Bowl. But I figured, do you got these accolades on hand?
That's well, I mean, I think 6-time All Pro. Like I don't know how many times he made the Pro Bowl. Probably double digits. I mean, this is a guy who, and this is what makes the loss sting the most to me is knowing that he's retiring now. Like the
Here we go.
sour taste in his mouth.
Here we go.
If you got a list, rip it.
13 seasons. He has a Super Bowl ring, 6 first team All Pros, 7 Pro Bowls, 81.7 million in career earnings. He's transitioning nice with the podcast. He's got 2 Christmas albums, his own documentary, his own apparel, and his own youth charity. Calling it a career. Jason Kelsey, one of the GOATs, has to be. I think we talked about it. He's up there on your Mount Rushmore of all time Philly athletes.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you look at like who he is and what he came from and what he was supposed to be, like 6th-round pick. Nobody thought he would be anything. He could have went undrafted. 6th-round pick, undersized guy, just morphs into like the face of Philadelphia, like one of the staples of Eagles football through all this, like the McNabb, the Michael Vick, the Chip Kelly, the Carson Wentz, even like a staple. And he just embodied everything that Philadelphia is: toughness, brute, just hard nose, trenches. You know, almost, I don't know how many games he missed, but he was damn durable and gave one of the greatest speeches ever,
Mm-hmm.
the greatest Super Bowl parade
Mm-hmm.
speech ever.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest speeches ever. Talk about MLK Day. You got MLK, I Had a Dream, and then you got Jason Kelsey's Super Bowl parade speech. Not too far behind, man. I tweeted that out on my profile today because it just makes me feel so many things.
The
And
underdog.
also, Yeah, and I'm like, where did that go? Like, where did that go? Like, why wasn't that there this year? I'm like, it sucks, but I do trust Howie because, like Jason said in that speech, man, Howie was locked away. He got moved to the garage when Chip Kelly came in, and then Chip Kelly got fired, and he came out of that a different man, and he's gonna set the Eagles on a right path. I have all the faith in him in the world now. Like I've said, I've been my relationship with Howie's hot and cold, but I can't like they should have won the damn Super Bowl last year, so
Mm-hmm.
he should have 2 rings to his name. So I'm a always trust him. My faith is in Howie Roseman's hands right now.
Yeah. Um, but I want to throw a couple more names at you though to continue this Birds talk.
Yeah,
Brandon Graham,
yeah.
free agent, stay or go.
He says he wants to come back. He says this is going to fuel him to play another year. He says he's not, feeling like he's going to hang him up. I believe him. I think
Okay.
he comes back.
And then not like, I mean, I saw Adam Schefter posted like all your free agents, but like half of them aren't even like actually. There was
Yeah.
14 of them, and I think 11 of them weren't even starters. So I think like bringing most of the people back. Maybe just thoughts on players. Darius Slay.
Yeah, you
Can
got
you
to
call him
keep.
big? Can you call him Big Play Slay anymore, or just Darius?
I feel like he's earned that. I feel like you can't take away that tag from him. It wasn't like James Bradbury. I never want to see in an Eagles uniform again. I'm gonna be honest. Like I hate that we just signed him to another deal, but like after this season and then after the Super Bowl, I'm just like, dude. I mean, he's getting up there in age. I'm just kind of like done with him. Slay though, I can't. Like he's the first like real cornerback the Eagles have had, like in honestly in my lifetime. So
Wow.
I can't ever hate on him. I can't ever hate on him. Plus he's a good like he's got a good soul. He's a good soul.
Okay. AJ
Um,
Brown.
this is an interesting one. We didn't talk about him clearing his social media on the ZAP
Mm-mm.
show yet.
No.
I never know how to feel about that type of stuff. I never know if it's just, an impulsive cry for attention or just, I never knew if I was in that situation. Like, maybe I just want to stir up some shit on social media. Let me clear my like profile. And I don't know. Weird that he did it before a playoff game. Um, I really hope this isn't the end of AJ Brown as an Eagle. That's why I'm kind of hoping that Mike Vrabel comes in too and like helps mend that relationship because I know they're boys. He was upset when they got traded. He got traded from the Titans, so I I hope AJ's just got a little of the wide receiver drama bug right now,
Mm.
and hopefully he gets
Little
over
A
that.
Brown receiver bug. I'm used to that.
Yeah, or that. Yeah, or that.
Um, free agent. I forgot about Swift.
That's a great one. I mean, we got him for nothing, so I think it depends on how much he demands. I think it depends on his market value. But I'd love to have Swift back, man. I wish we use him more,
Yeah.
but I'd love to have him back. Yeah, yeah. It depends on like I don't want to pay him like a Miles what Miles Sanders wanted. You
Yeah.
see how that works out.
Yeah. I don't know because the running back market's weird because they all want more money now.
Yep.
So, but Swift is a PA guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, baby. I watched him when I was a senior in high school. He played my hometown, Coatesville. I went to the Catholic school in the area, but played Coatesville,
Nice.
St. Joe's Prep. I went to watch him in the chip.
Nice. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
man. And now he's playing for the Birds.
Crazy. And
Small
you're
world.
talking about him. It's
I know, and
wild.
I'm talking about him.
On a sports pod. It's wild.
I know. Another thing. Now
Um,
that now that my now that my mind's on it, I'm just gonna drop this nugget in here because I don't think I brought it up on here. I'll probably bring it up again, but Will Howard Kansas State quarterback, transferred to Ohio State.
Yeah.
I played him in high school, and we beat him on senior night.
Nice. You get a
Yep.
pick.
Nah, I didn't. I had tackle.
Hey,
As I said,
that'll
yeah.
play. That'll play. Hell yeah.
He was a sophomore. This was when he was a sophomore. It might have been his first year starting for Downeytown West, but we beat him. That was our first win against Downeytown West in school history. So
Nice.
and now he's like starting quarterback for Ohio State. So that's kind of he might go to the NFL.
Hype.
He'll probably go to the NFL, dude. So
dude, that's hype. That's hype.
it's pretty sick. I don't think I've said that on here, so I just wanted to drop that nugget.
Way to go. I got one more player, and then I'm cool with birds. Yeah. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Big old contract. How are you feeling about him?
A swig of water for this one.
Water for this one.
Well, also, you didn't say Fletcher Cox, which I feel like Fletcher's done. Something just tells me Fletcher's done.
You think Fletcher's out with Kelsey?
Something just tells me he's done. But that's all I'll say on that for now. Hurts. You can't give up on Hurts after this year. Absolutely not. He did not play good. And I think you talk a lot about not throwing to the middle of the field. A lot of that was route concept, but I think a lot of it was Hurts' confidence too. As the year started to go on, he started to get banged up, started to throw some picks. If it was 3rd and long, he's not throwing in the middle of the field. He's throwing outside, or he's taking off and throwing it away, or running. So I think a lot of and then that goes hand in hand with his decision making. He just wasn't fully up here this year.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to, maybe that's a little bit of Super Bowl hangover that hit a little bit late. But you can't put it all on him when you got route charts like Devontae Smith. It's nauseating. It's nauseating to a football guy. Football guy all my I just said I played. It was high school, but I still played. I know this shit. It is nauseating to see a guy of Smith's caliber utilized that way. And then on the defense doesn't freaking help. I think the Seahawks game is really what put the nail in the coffin for this season. If you hold on and you win that game, maybe you don't lose to the Cardinals, and maybe there's a little bit more life. I don't know, but then there's once again Bradbury. You got cooked on the last drive. Slay didn't play that game. But then again, that schematic, like I said, that same play that we lost the game versus Seattle was the same play that the Bucs got their first touchdown on in the playoffs. Why are you running that play? Do something. What do you do at practice? What do you do? You have a job. Your job is to be a coach. Fucking make a play. Do something, man. So I can't. I've been down on Jalen this year, and I think rightfully so. He hasn't been good, but I'm shit. I ain't burning my jersey. I ain't throwing out my jersey. It's ridiculous. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, and hope that next year he comes back with a little more fire, man. I feel like he lost his fire. Lost his fire, which is crazy. I didn't think he ever would, but it was just all that bullshit coach speak and cliches at the end of the year and his pressers. And I was just come on, show me something. I feel like he lost that within him, and I think maybe it's got to be a change has to be made. You can't run it back. How do you run it back with this group? And you got to start with the coaches, because you ain't giving up on your quarterback that just had the best Super Bowl game performance ever, arguably, and you signed to $1 billion contract. You're not giving up on him. Got to be coach.
Yeah,
be coach. So
you gave the answer I hoped you gave me. That's kind of how I feel about Jalen Hurts on the outside. Coach, whatever. It's coordinators, bro. Scheme. That's really all it is.
Coordinator scheme, yeah.
Help him out. Um, yeah, I just saw a report though. One of the buddies sent in that like I don't know if it's not like confirmed or anything, but it's maybe conspiracy is probably the right word that Jalen is like suffering from like the same arthritis injury that Todd Gurley had.
Uh,
Um, I don't know if
nice.
it's true or not, but it would kind of make sense. I mean, I knew he's been banged up this year too, but it would make sense with how he just kind of looked like he like lost a little bit of his step, lost a little bit of his
Yeah.
zip too, which made him so. I think that's what made him so great, and it was really just the tush push. That was kind of like his only advantage in like the run game. Really, I
Hmm.
felt this season.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I mean, healthy off season's definitely gonna help. It's a little bit longer, which sucks for the players because obviously they want it all. But like for the body, good for Jalen. I agree. You just signed him to a massive deal, so like whatever. And you just said greatest quarterback performance in the Super Bowl ever. Um, I just saw some people that were a little like get rid of Hurts. I'm like, that just makes zero sense to me. Like they'll be fine. Keep Smitty, Brown, and Hurts. All right, they'll be fine. Just figure out new and creative ways to get them involved in the offense rather than just going down the field in a straight line.
Literally, man. Literally. Like that. It literally makes me sick to my stomach. Like this could be such a fun offense. Like I watch
Yeah.
what the Bills do with like even Diggs, even when he's not doing shit. Like he's doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Nico Collins and what the Texans do. Like I just watched that. I'm like, this is beautiful. What happened to that? What happened to that with the Birds, man?
Especially when you have one of the best lines and you have DeAndre Swift, who's so electric,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
all those wide receivers. Like it didn't. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it just didn't make any sense. And like you said it before. I literally tell this to so many people. You said this earlier in the season. You said that our talent is outplaying our coaching or staff or something, more cute. You
Yeah,
said
yeah.
something like that. You said
Yeah, the
eventually it's going
talent's
to catch up.
overshadowing the coaches and it's gonna
Yeah.
catch up, and it did.
And I've been telling everybody. That. I said, bro, if you listen to Zach literally said, he's like, our talent is definitely winning these games, like because of that. But eventually, it's going to catch up, and they gotta like figure out a way to make it work. So you called it. They never figure out a way to make it work because talent wins you games in September, October, but they kind of become 50-50 games in November and like half of December. But like it's really scheme and talent that wins you January, February football. It's not like
You
that's a
said it,
hot
man.
take either, but I'm just giving you
No.
credit for
Yeah, no.
calling it out.
I appreciate that. I mean, I've been doing this for so long. I lost years of my life because of Philly sports. I know that. So it's only like fitting. Like I would hope I'm right about this stuff. But I
I've
appreciate that
seen the
because
same story
I
over and
was.
over, but like, yeah,
Yes, I was right. I was.
you were damn right, bro, damn right. It's
That's
like
why the
but
loss.
like I think that's the whole thing with the Eagles. It's not a talent issue. It's obviously a coaching issue. Now, do you get rid of your head coach and completely go code red, start over? I don't know. You figure that out, or do you just maybe what I see as the outsider, let Howie do Howie and figure out a plan of how to fix it and go hire those coordinators that will figure out how to fix it. Um, but I don't know because then I saw Goddard. It looked like he was yelling at Hurts there. I don't know. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it just looks ugly, and I think it was probably better off that the Eagles lost. I don't know, but if they won, they probably would have won the fucking Super Bowl, honestly. So
Yeah. That who knows? Who knows? But yeah, there's just this team was dead. I knew it after the Cardinals lost, so officially after that, and I was just like, whatever. Let's just get the season over with. Kelsey though really is just sucks. Sucks he's
yeah,
got to
that
go out like that.
that stinks, dude. Yeah.